So, hi, I'm Precious, and I am on a grief journey, and a part of that journey is just to heal and be happy, find joy, be consistent, and to always work to be my best self. And this morning, well, this afternoon, I woke up and I was about to get ready to go and run, meditate and run on an errand. Something told me to turn on my camera with the intent to post. So that's really hard for me. August has been a really hard month for me. Today is September, 2nd, 3rd? Today is Saturday, September 3rd. I am in my 4th year of my grief journey. I do weekly grief calls on Zoom. And I've been working towards light since November 2018. And I really didn't start putting it into fruition until the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, and the pandemic kind of really helped me seek it better as well. Well, implement it better. So all of 2018 and most of 2019, I was just in a very, very dark space. Extremely dark. Very angry. Just felt very alone. I'm not the girl. I'm not the girl. I don't like to be the girl. I don't want to be the girl that like cries, right? Like on videos, it's like, pause. Pause your video. Don't cry on videos. But honestly, if emotions hit, if you're being vulnerable, if you feel led to speak, I guess sometimes you just push through it despite what it may look like. So here I am trying to do that. Anyway, since the first day of my therapy session in November of 2018, very first session, I went there to heal myself. And my very first session, all I could think about is like other people. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. All I could think about is other people on the journey of healing or on a journey of grief, particularly, but as I have evolved through my grief, just people in general on a journey to heal and confront their insecurities, confront their darkness. My grief journey has brought up a lot. It's also taught me that self-work never ends. It's a forever journey, and the deeper you get, the closer you get to feeling complete, the more work you have to do. But I'm here today to just talk about where I am now, in present, to help myself, maybe help someone else in real time. So my grief journey is a roller coaster. I have so many good days now. It's unbelievable to even think about how many good days I have right now, knowing the dark pain that I was in. And that's another video for not right now. That's not what led me right now to do this video. My grief journey really created, or maybe exposed, I'm not sure. It really exposed or created a lot of insecurities I had in myself that I didn't know existed. So with my grief, the darkness led to self-isolation. It was a choice. It led to loneliness. It led to self-hate. I don't know why, but it did. And I just birthed so many insecurities. So many. Where for at least 3 years, it was just really hard to wake up and look in the mirror, because I just did not like the person that I was. And recently, the month of August have resurfaced it in a very heavy way. Because I won't say that I like healed my insecurities. I didn't. Like I said, a lot of these were created once I never even thought about. Like I've always had insecurities about my skin. So filming this is very hard, but I'm on a new journey right now, and so I'm trying to push through, and I hope I'm brave enough to post it. But just looking at this camera head on is hard. I'm here, no makeup, no anything, hair, my comb, and a sports bra. Like, I'm not this brave. But it brought up just a lot of new insecurities that I just didn't know I had. And so at the beginning of my journey, I just felt so ugly. I hated everything about me. I had gained. That's not even a word. I had gained a lot of weight. I got the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I got up to like 164. I've never said that like out loud, like on the video. I've only told like my close friends that. But I'm 5'1". So that for me, you saw every part of that, especially around my face. And in 2020, I was able to like finally lose all of that weight. I got down to like 135. And then like from 2020 to now, I've just been like going up, like, you know, have moments. Like I've never gotten back up to like 164, but I had a moment where I had gained like I got up to like 152, 154, I think maybe. Was the heaviest I had gotten, but for the most part, I kind of straddle 142 to 146. And I don't know if that's my adult weight or not. Who knows? I'm trying not to like focus on that. Just like to focus on being healthy right now. And being healthy is consistently, choosing health in a way where I feel happy. So I genuinely like to work out, but I'm trying to take away the restrictions of working out for this certain number, working out for this certain size, but just working out for all around health, for my mental capacity, for my emotional capacity, for my physical one. So like pushing myself to where I'm being consistent and happy and content with just doing what I think is best for my body without these restrictions. You know, I have goals, of course. You know, I don't think that nothing's wrong with having like goals. Actually, I have habits that I want to create. So again, it's still like getting used to it, right? So I want to be intentional about the words that I use. So habits is more of what I'm focusing on right now. So I do have habits goals, right? So like a goal to have this consistent habit that will turn into a lifestyle. So that's the journey. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about that. But I wanted to come here right now this is turning too long. To just share like how hard things could be for someone, and then tend to just push through it. August was just a hard month for me. I don't know why. But everything that could go wrong went wrong in August. Everything. And I try very hard not to react to it because I don't want to be a person that creates the habit of always going into a deep or dark space when things do not go wrong. I want to be able to like face them head on. So August was a really hard month for me. I mean, just something, everything. Like, I think at least 100 times I said it's always something in the month of August. Like, that was just my motto. It's always something. Every single day, it was something new. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm not lying. And it came like after my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is July 19th. And I had the most successful birthday I've had since her transition, where I wasn't in a negative space, where I felt so much gratitude and joy to celebrate her legacy, to celebrate her impact on me and others. I felt so happy, like genuinely happy. And I think because of that, I didn't like really allow myself to process celebrate another year without her being physically here, and it kind of trickled into August. And so my grief on top of every single thing that could possibly go wrong, going wrong, just turns into just like a very sad month. Like I just woke up every day so emotional. It was really hard to wake up. And it was easier to wake up on weekdays because I had to work, right? And so I'm someone who's just naturally very persistent, and someone who pride themselves on my private life being my private life, you know, not being too vulnerable in, you know, my everyday life, and just like fulfilling my commitment. So my commitment is I have to wake up, I have to go to work, I have to do what I'm supposed to do. And so on the weekdays, I'm able to kind of like push through it. But on the weekends, it's really hard. And like Saturdays have become like just hard days for me. Most Saturdays in the month of August, I did nothing but cry all day. Just lie on the sofa, on the bed, but like put my phone on do not disturb and do nothing. And last Saturday, I was just like, the only way that I can get out of this cycle is to choose to get up and create a new narrative. And I'm someone who, I pride myself on being private. I pride myself on being and keeping all of my aspirations and dreams a secret. And I don't share them. And I don't know if that's become a mask for me, you know, and almost have hindered me in not fulfilling my dreams and goals because I hold everything in. I don't share it. I work in silence. And recently, I decided to create, I have my other phone here, create this new goal or habit, but a new journey for myself that is a journey that is freeing myself from restrictions. So last year, November 8th, 2021, I decided to go on a 1-year consistency journey. Just, again, it probably was like, I had like a self-reflection of just not, it started with like not being happy with how I looked. I think that's when I had got up to 152. And I saw these pictures of myself. I had just celebrated my friend's birthday. We're all having a good time. And I got back home and looked at the pictures, and I I was like, oh my God, what happened? Like, I was just fine as hell. Like a few months before that. And I was very happy last November. Like, it wasn't like I was in like a bad place. I just don't know. I had gained some weight. And I remember looking at the pictures just being like in disgust with myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a consistency journey. Like, it was a 60-day consistency journey. And maybe I'll go to that first. A 60-day consistency journey. And it was pretty much geared towards my physical, mental, and emotional health, which is just has been a journey of mine for a really long time before my mom's transition, but definitely escalated after my mom's transition. And I was just like, I'm ready to like be a better version of myself, even more than the growth I've already had. And I write a lot of notes in my phone, so I'm like looking for it. I journal, but I also write a lot of things down in my notes because it's usually something that come up to me, and I'm like, boom. And the first thing I see from November 8th, 7:22 a.m. A mantra I said I was gonna say every day. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay focused. So anyway, I was like, I'm going to start this journey and document it, right? And on November 11th, I don't know. On November 11th, I said, I want to turn my own consistency journey into a book or an ebook to help others. It was like work in progress. Wellness, mental health, self, dreams, goals, create. And I just had like, you know, this awesome idea to create this consistency journey. Like I have the Instagram name and took it and started going on like Canva, creating like these pages and things like that. And like the different check-ins, like just so much stuff. Like every day I would either like record or write, journal, or type these things I wanted to do. I'm still in that journey, right? But what I realized recently on my own self-reflection is that even with that journey, and I'm going to continue that journey, I'm not stopping, because the idea of consistency for me it does not mean that if I'm not consistent or if I'm not doing something every single day, that means that I'm not consistent. That's not how I look at it. Consistency to me is not linear. I am aware that consistency means that every day may look different. Long as I continue to have that main goal or main habit in my background and I'm working towards it, even if I'm off for 5 days, even if I'm off for a week, does not mean that I'm not consistent, as long as I pick myself up and keep going. So to me, I've always realized throughout my journey, for me, consistency does not mean that if I'm not doing it every day, I'm not consistent. So anyway, I realized that my journey, my goals were very rigid, and I had so many rules on it. And I was reflecting last week, another day of just crying, being sad. And I realized that I create so many restrictions for myself, so many rules in every aspect of my life. I mean, whether it is a fitness journey, whether it is my self-reflection, a perspective of myself, whether it is, you know, my financial goals, my work goals, my relationships, whether that's platonic or romantic. I have these unconscious restrictions and rules with everything that I do, and I feel like it has been stopping me from reaching my full potential. And I had reflected on it really deeply last week, and I was just like, enough of like boxing myself in. I say and I live or yearn for this life of freedom, I've always said that I am a conservative butterfly. Like, I talk about freedom, I talk about living in freedom, I talk about being in it, like just existing in a way that is free to myself. But in reality, I don't live it, because I still say, I can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. You shouldn't do this. Create all of these rules, all of these restrictions about every single thing. Like, I reflect it in my, like, every single relationship I've ever had. I'm like, I had these like conscious and unconscious rules around every single thing. And I'm like, that's a very boxed in way to live for myself. It have to be a boxed in way to live even for my partners. So I'm like, you know, just in every aspect of my life. Maybe except my friendships. I'm not sure. I have to go dig deep in it, see if I do create some rules around that I'm unaware of. But I create this life of rules. So anyway, I said that because who wants to listen to me ramble for all of this time? Maybe I do have to like cut this up. But anyway, last August, last week, sorry, August 28th, it's a Sunday. So maybe I started thinking about it on Saturday and really came to like jot it down and write it down on Sunday with the goal of starting on the 29th, which is so crazy because that's also like the year of Katrina, which also has so many things to do, like a lot of things too. Anyway, I said that I would create a year without rules. So today is day 6 of me living this life without rules, and just even filming this with the intent to post. No makeup. Who knows what I sound like, look like. Just being free. So I said, I'm gonna allow myself to find light, joy, happiness, and peace. And self-love without restrictions. Freedom to be all that I evolved to be. I wanna be lighter in all aspects. The goal is to give myself permission to be free of judgment, free of pressure, free of people pleasing, and free of negative thoughts. Accepting of grace, accepting of happiness, accepting of change, accepting of grace, again, hey, maybe I need to say that twice. Accepting of boundaries, accepting of choice, choosing selfishness, choosing self-care, choosing kindness, choosing mental peace, choosing light, being intentional of how I think, of what I say, my words and thoughts, what I read, what I watch, who and what I encourage, who and what I engage with. Maybe who I encourage too. I didn't write that, but that word came out. Maybe I needed to say that. What I eat, my relationship with food, my physical goals, my work, my mission, my habits. My ultimate goal is to continuously seek light, joy, happiness, and free myself from the restrictive goals and choices I place on myself. Freedom to be all of who I am, and accepting of my journey, my growth, and my evolution. So although I'm still on my 1-year consistency journey that started November 8, 2021, one that had many restrictions, one that I said I wanted to have my journal physically in my hand in the next year, one that I have to acknowledge and give grace to and continue out, because I wouldn't be here right now in this space if I hadn't started that one. But it's one that's evolving, one that's changing. And so although I will continue that one out on August 29th, I started this new journey, this journey of freedom. And I guess what led me to say that I wanted the intent to post is because I don't know if anybody else is out there right now living their life where they put these self-rules and self-restrictions on yourself. We still have 4 months left in a year. It's still time to change that around. It's still time to choose yourself in a way that it's beautiful to you, whatever that means. For you, it may not be freedom. For you, it may not be restricting yourself from rules. To you, it may not be seeking light. To you, it may be something else. But whatever you feel that whatever hindrance, right? Whatever restrictive goals you put on yourself that you want to let go of, you still have time. Whether you want to make it a month of it without it, 2 months, a year, whatever, you still have time. You still have time to not you still have time to not place restrictions on yourself. We always talk about creating boundaries. But even boundaries with our mental thoughts, right? With our intentions, with everything we do, it's like, I want to live a life where I am living fearless of my own self-hate, negative thoughts, and I don't know. I don't have like all of the eloquently way of like saying it right now, but like I could feel it. Like I got on this call, like video, I was going to say call. I got on this video feeling so heavy and just talking to myself and talking this through has felt so freeing, and I feel so much lighter about starting my day. And I don't have to be perfect to post. If I feel led to speak, I'm gonna speak. If I feel led to do whatever it is that I'm feeling led to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna create. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna heal. And I'm excited. I felt so heavy. I've been feeling so heavy. And August was really hard, but maybe it was hard for a reason to lead to this. So, cheers to the hard times, because we evolve to be something else after. Whether it's something greater, or something more gentle, whether it is something that is more restful, maybe it's something that is more inspiring. Tough times end, sometimes come back again. But you can hold on to the feeling that you felt the last time you persevered through it, and know that you're gonna persevere again, and that it's gonna evolve to something else. You go through something tough for it to blossom and create a new journey. And I am walking into my new journey, my year without restrictions, my year without freedom, on everything. So you may see a whole new side of me. You may see me posting stuff. I may be sharing. I may just be a whole new Precious. I'm excited to see what that's gonna be.